Ultraviolet.
All right, welcome back. And it's episode 2. So, it's easy to do one. Doing 2 really puts you in that point of no return now. And with some of the stuff we're going to talk about today, this might be the last episode, honestly. So, first of all, thank you for everybody that is supporting the show, whether it's on YouTube, on Spotify, iTunes, which we should be on both of now. I know it's a little difficult to find, but we're working on getting that. And we apologize for the audio issues earlier in the first episode, but we got that taken care of hopefully now. And we got a lot of people that listen, surprisingly, and we got some listener emails. So again, if you wanted to email us, it's podcastscam@gmail.com. Scam_podcast on Twitter @scam_podcast. And on YouTube, it's scam space podcast is the channel name. And like Malcolm was telling me earlier, the easiest way to find it is by the upload date on YouTube. Or if you want to find it on iTunes or Spotify, just put in my name, Josh Parker, and it should be the first one that pops up. So again, I was telling Malcolm a little bit, we got 4 emails from some listeners. And again, thank you guys for everybody that emailed in. The first one was just a guy basically telling us to go to hell. So I deleted that.
Which is awesome.
As expected. Yeah, as expected.
And just to let the listeners know, the title of the podcast, Scam, we're not warning you about scams. This is the scam.
Listening to the show is a scam.
Yeah, exactly. We're not here for the greater good. So
yeah. So the other 2, there was a girl named Rachel who emailed in. So thank you for your email. She asked us what kind of music we listen to. So I'll let you start with that one. What kind of music do you like, Malcolm?
Just about everything from, grew up on hip hop, love 80s reggae, love the EDM scene. Not too big on country, can't relate to it too much. Didn't grow up with that, but I'll listen to pretty much anything. Yeah,
we grew up together, so we actually listen to pretty much the same music. I think I like a little bit more house, and I do like some country, but I'm not a huge country fan. I really can't listen to a lot of it. It's kind of the same song, I feel like, recycled over and over again with country, which I think is like something a lot of people say. But that,
lost my girl, lost my truck, lost my beer, lost my dog.
The dog, yeah, exactly. Yeah, we got it.
Dog ran off with my wife. I don't know.
But Rachel, thank you for your email, and we want to hear what you guys. It's not all about us. We're going to talk enough. You're going to get to know us on the show. We'd like to know more about you guys. So let us know what you like about the show, what you don't like about the show, what you like about the things that you want us to talk about that you might find interesting on our opinions on, and we'd love to talk about that as well. The other email was someone asked me what part of Green Mile I cried at. They're really interested in that. So I'll tell you, it was if you've seen the movie, there's a mouse in the movie that this guy has that does like tricks. He like rolls like a spindle, and I cried because there's a part where that guy's he's going to the electric chair, and they lie to this like he's kind of like a moron, and they lie to him and tell him they're taking this mouse to a. I'm about to cry right now. They're taking him to they're gonna have him work at a carnival in Florida where he's going to do magic tricks, and he like believed it. And that was what made me cry, because I was like, man, that guy, he's like, man, this mouse is going to have a happy life. And I shouldn't have cried. I have no idea why I did. It's just, that's why I said, like, I watched it right after Schindler's List, and Schindler's List, there was dry eyes the entire time, but and at that point, it had me emotionally weak.
Yeah.
What can I say?
Yeah, I don't cry. I sometimes conflict to see if I even have emotions at all.
Yeah.
But
just bleed through your eyes.
Yeah.
All right, so we have a few topics we want to talk about today. I know the first one wasn't super structured. You're not going to get a lot of structure here. This is kind of just how the show's going to be. We're going to talk, and just however the flow goes is where it goes. But we do want to have a little bit more of an idea of where we're going with it. So the first thing I want to talk about, Malcolm, and I know you've seen it, is Mr. Kanye West. Mr. West.
This guy, this fucking guy.
So for those of you who don't know, which I'd be kind of surprised if you are online at all, if you found this show, you should have found these tweets from Kanye West. He kind of went like on a tirade on Tuesday night, basically saying that his mother-in-law was trying to 5150 of him, and take his kids away, and there's a lot going on. I think what did he call Chris Jong-un? He called Chris Jong-un.
Yeah.
That was trending on Twitter. So I just kind of there's a lot of weird stuff going on. He said he was going to like run for president, and then that like completely, he never even put in like an application or did anything necessary to run for president. He kind of just said it and people ran with it. And ever since then, ever since he's been with the Kardashians, he seemed to be a little crazy. But in the last like month or so, it's really ramped up to kind of like a dangerous level where I don't know if there's something wrong with him. I don't know if he's on too much medication or not enough medication.
Yeah.
Or, if he needs to stop taking meds or take more meds. So what do you think about all this? Because we're people that grew up listening to Kanye West music, growing up. And I really liked him as an artist. And, I followed him throughout his journey to wherever the hell he is now. I don't even know.
Yeah.
I think somewhere in Wyoming, because he did post that video where he had Dave Chappelle hostage, it looked like.
Yeah, making him tell jokes in Wyoming. Dude.
Yeah, because I know, if you ask any comedian, their favorite thing to do is to put him on the spot to tell a joke. Hey, make me laugh, clown. That's their favorite thing to do.
Dance monkey.
Yeah,
basically. Oh, wait, can't say that.
Yeah. I think I've been in a situation where I've been as uncomfortable as Dave Chappelle was, but there's been a few of them, and he looked like he was legitimately being held hostage. Like the way Kanye was talking to him too, he was like, "Tell a joke, Dave." It was a little creepy.
Did you see who was there today?
No.
Dame Dash.
What is going on? Yeah, what is going on?
I don't know, dude. It's
being in Wyoming too is weird. They're out on like the middle of nowhere. I don't know. I hope he's okay. It'll be interesting to see what happens.
I've actually considered driving there to get saved, because I'm relatively close. I'm not exactly sure where he is. I'm sure it's by Jackson's Hole or some rich fucking place or something, but yeah. But I looked it up. It's a church invite only, which, isn't, I don't think is very holy.
Well, it's probably pretty difficult to get on the invite list, but that would be something that would be interesting to go to. Just I thought you
had to let Christ into your life, but now it's
you need invitation. Speaking of that, right? So I've been trying to I haven't really been pushing advertising on the podcast yet. We're gonna get there once we bank a few more episodes to get it out in the public. But one thing I did do today, there's like a hashtag podcast recommendations where people ask for podcast recommendations on Twitter. And I was posting links to people that are like, hey, I'm looking for a new interesting podcast to listen to. But there's also a few where they were like, I'm looking for a Jesus-driven podcast. I'm like, well, you'll love this one, There's other like looking for one about book reviews. I'm like, oh, this Scam is the one for you, So it'll be interesting when these people are watching this, like, what
hence the
hell?
Name. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Exactly. We're so fucking insane.
So I think that's enough on Kanye. Again, I hope he gets whatever he's looking for and he gets saving. Apparently he's putting out some new music, but it's crazy.
I'm sure that'll be good.
It's yeah, exactly. It's wild because his music hasn't been good in a long time, like a very long time. And some people, every now and then he has a song that's popular. Like he had that one Little Pump where they were in the big floaty suits that was popular for a little while. But
like you said, his beats though are actually producing
every single one. Yeah, every single beat is hard. The lyrics to it just. I think on that song, it was like he said like bleepity bloop or something, and then there was a hit. So because it's Kanye. So.
Yeah, you're literally watching his mind degrade in live action.
Do you think it has to be from the Kardashians, right? Like that has to be the root of this, right? Because it happened with all these other celebrities, Lamar Odom and
he's smoking crack. Yeah, start to just start banging everything he can see. But I don't know if he was doing that before.
Probably.
When I did have cable back in the day and I used to flick past Bravo, I did feel my soul like seeping out of my body when I came across the Bravo channel or whatever the fuck channel that stuff's on.
Yeah.
It is
it's
I don't know what those people I don't know what they stand for or what their purpose is in life.
I think it's to make money. I think that's what they stand for and the purpose and
mission complete. Should they kill themselves?
Mission over. Well, Kris Jenner just obviously she feels perfectly fine with exploiting her children for money, whether it's a sex tape or having like crazy surgeries done to their bodies. And, she's a mastermind. Props to her for getting the bag on that because she definitely knows what she's doing as far as marketing because whatever she's doing is working. There's people that love that shit. I'm just happen to not be one of them. So to each their own.
Like cancer on society, but that's just me.
Yeah, I've heard that before, but I don't know how deep that goes. I watched Game of Thrones. I wasn't out there stabbing people after. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, but that's also not called reality television.
That's
Although it
true.
feels like
What about
it
same thing with
is.
Survivor? I didn't have an urge to go live out in the woods. I mean, any more than I usually do, but
Well, that's good. That's because that's hard.
yeah.
You know.
Well, speaking of cringy things to watch, I'm sure you saw the news today that Mike Tyson is going back into the ring to fight Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel
An
about that.
exhibition box match.
I don't know if I'm going to have more excitement for him to fight or that somebody could die in the ring.
I mean, I honestly think that there's a chance that one of them could actually die. And if I had to pick one, who I think it'd probably be Roy Jones Jr. because in his last few fights, he's got knocked the fuck out. Has he ever fought
heavyweight?
Yeah. He's bounced around, and he's been fighting big guys for a while.
I thought it was just light heavyweight.
No,
not actual heavyweight.
Buddy, he's not in the shape he used to be anymore. He's been pretty active. I'm trying to pull up his boxing thing right now. So his professional, his last fight was in 2018, and he fought cruiserweight. So that's above heavyweight. So, and he fought pretty much cruiserweight, and then light heavyweight. Maybe he hasn't fought heavyweight. Oh, no, he's fought heavyweight. He was the heavyweight champion in 2003, so he's fought heavyweight before. But it's interesting, but he's 51. I'd assume Tyson's got to be in his 60s, right?
No, Tyson's 54.
Oh, so he's not that much older than Roy Jones Jr., so.
No.
Yeah, he's 54. So it'll be interesting to see, I guess, but.
Who do you got? You got Tyson?
It's got to be Tyson. Yeah, it's got to be Tyson. Because I mean, you look at the Jones Jr.'s last few fights. Like I said, he's been fighting tomato cans, and he got knocked out by a few of them overseas. Yeah. And it got so bad, I think in the United States, he wasn't able to fight anymore because he was getting hurt.
Where are we at? We're just watching rich old people fight. This is fucking crazy, dude.
Well, it's interesting to me because I think Mike Tyson's a different person than he was the last time he was in the ring. He seems like he's a little bit more level-headed without maybe because he smokes so much weed. I don't know, but it'll be interesting to see what happens when he gets in there.
The draw to sports is, it's the human
competition,
human body achievement. You know what I'm saying? It's the top level, and now it's just it's a fucking circus show, dude. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck.
That fight is legitimately a circus show. People are saying that about McGregor Mayweather. That was still somewhat competitive. This is for the money. This is a circus, and people should be whoever decided that Roy Jones Jr. should be the guy Tyson comes back and fights should be ashamed of themselves because that man's going to get hurt. And then in the undercourt card, you got Nate Robinson versus Jake Paul. I don't know which Paul that is. Is that the younger brother? Do you know? Logan's the older one, right? The bigger one?
Yes.
Okay. So Logan actually – I watched
one, I believe.
The richer one? I watched some of the fights that they did a few months ago, and Logan Paul had some boxing ability, even though he lost. He didn't look great, but he had some boxing ability.
I'm watching it now. I believe I watched a couple minutes of it, and he looks like he's got some ability. I'm looking now. He's definitely got quick hands. He knows what he's doing. But I did watch Nate Robinson training, and he was shockingly not good from what I see. Really? Yeah. I expected he's a real good athlete. I expected him to look more sharp.
Well, he played football. He had like a full ride to University of Washington as a corner. He could dunk. You all know that from his slam dunk days. And I just assumed that he'd have that quick twitch muscle, and he'd be able to get in there and get it going. I actually thought he was going to whoop Jake Paul's ass, but I guess we'll see. I'm going to tune in. I don't know why. There ain't shit else going on right now, so might as well. I don't even know if they've picked a date or a venue for any of that yet, but we'll see what happens. If it happens, I'll watch it. We'll see where we're at whenever that comes around, if we're even still alive. But so we got two other things. I'll move on real quick. Two different speaking of sports, two professional sports teams changed their names today or announced a name change.
Oh, yeah.
One of them was the Seattle expansion hockey team. Did you hear about this? They're the Seattle.
What's going on with that?
Okay, so they're coming out, I believe, not this coming season, the next season. They're going to be the Seattle Kraken, which is a pretty dope name, actually. And it's a pretty cool logo. It's like an S with the tentacle in the middle, and then there's like a red eye on there. It looks pretty cool.
Fictitious serpent.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But, what's interesting is they're going to call their fans the crackheads.
Yes.
And the arena is going to be the crack house. So we'll see. We'll see how long that lasts.
I'm kind of glad that nobody watches hockey because they're just kind of immune to all the bullshit that goes on.
Yeah.
Nobody has to fucking what's his name, dude? Fucking PK Subban, how he feels about anything. You know, I mean, I did see him on some shit.
Yeah. Actually, they did. But
yeah, I know.
It's just not. You know, it's bigger in Canada. Obviously, we're both hockey fans, you know, and we like the sport a lot. But it is more popular in Canada. It's the equivalent to the NFL there, just without as much money and production as the NFL is here in the United States. But I think Seattle's good. They lost their basketball team. They'll get a hockey team, and hopefully they're good. We saw with the Vegas Golden Knights a few years ago, the expansion team.
We'll get a hockey team. They're probably going to lose their whole city, but there'll be a hockey rink somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere. So. And then the other team that changed their name today, I know you saw this one, was the Washington football team.
Yeah.
And I'm not just, you know, saying
real
that.
Geniuses there.
Yeah, I'm not just saying that as like to segue into the team name. That is going to be the team name this year. The Washington football team will be no Redskins logo, no Redskins name. It's the Washington football team. They're just going to have numbers on their helmets. So I get it from like the logo standpoint. They probably didn't have enough time to put in production the jerseys that they're going to sell and all that stuff. But this looks terrible. This is a terrible looking uniform.
So what do they say? You know, Raiders 4th and down. They go
football team.
Football team.
Yeah. Today from Washington, we got the Ravens and the football team. Yeah, it's going to be real weird. I mean, they could have come up with a placeholder name. They could have called them whatever, the Reds. They could have called them the Red Tails was when I saw floated around. You don't have to put it on the uniform. Just get the name out there. And then if you be like, hey, we're just going to put the numbers on. We'll deal with the uniform and colors and stuff later. And it's also crazy.
Washington Warmongers. I think that was the best one.
Warmongers, yeah.
I
heard the best one of the ones on online on the sports book was like the Trumps was like a real name that you could put money on, that they would be the Washington Trumps.
Dude, how much balls would this guy have if he said, fuck this, I didn't get elected, and then just goes in with the Washington Trumps, dude. Yeah. You think you got rid of me?
You thought I was leaving Washington? So yeah. I mean he did own like what was that, the USFL? He did own a team that like immediately went bankrupt, so who knows?
Yeah,
also
like
this week,
I mean, like it's casinos, it's the same thing, dude.
Yeah. With the Washington football team, interesting enough, earlier this week there were some headlines because they got into a bunch of trouble. People complaining of sexual misconduct and sexual harassment, and also that the owners in the owners box, they were doing cocaine and having cheerleaders in there. So,
yeah, I bet you they weren't complaining about sexual misconduct.
Yeah, exactly. So. I think that that whole organization is a dumpster fire right now. And really, I was like, it can't get any worse. And then today it got worse with this Washington.
It's all a dumpster fire. They act like this shit isn't going on at every fucking team. It's ridiculous, dude. Think about the amount of money all these people have. They do whatever they want. They're all selling each other out.
Well, all these guys, they have so much damn money. And there are all these owners in every sport, really. Like, I know you don't stay up on baseball, but the Red Sox, they traded Mookie Betts in the offseason. He just got a huge contract extension with the Dodgers. And the Red Sox basically gave away a Hall of Fame player over money. Like, they didn't want to pay this guy the money. And people are like, oh, it's a good move. Like, save the money. He's not worth it. Like, it's your money. This guy's worth billions of dollars. Who gives a shit how much money he saves? I root for the team. I want the best players, So
yeah, exactly.
It doesn't make sense to me why people always act that way. I understand wanting to have money to like make the best team possible. I just don't see how not having maybe the second or third best player in all of baseball not on your team, how that makes you better. I don't get that, but I digress.
Yeah, I don't get that either.
So another few things I wanted to talk to you about. I don't know. Wait.
While we're on the Washington Trump thing, I seen Trump is throwing out the first pitch August 13th for the Nationals. Yeah. So I just want to know, what's your take, dude? I mean, is it gonna get there? Is it gonna, we're talking far left, far right, over or short?
I'll be honest. So these things are hard to predict because I don't know if you remember, but right after 9/11, when George W. Bush went out there, he threw that just right down the dick, fucking fastball.
Yeah.
He looked
dead-eye dick.
Yeah, no sweat. Like he went out there like he had a bulletproof vest on. He probably flashed like a saw like 82 on the gun, had a little movement to it, so
Yeah.
right down the center. I mean, you couldn't have spotted it any better. And I wouldn't have expected that from him. And then also Barack Obama, he threw out the first pitch of the White Sox game. I was a little unimpressed. I expected a little bit more. It was a fine pitch. It wasn't a strike, but whatever. With Trump, I would expect that he's a tall guy. And I feel like he could get some power. I just don't see the control being there. And
I will say this: he is from New York.
Okay.
New York's
big baseball town.
He's old school. He probably did play baseball when he was younger, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Do you think he's doing it in spite of Fauci? Is he gonna try and
like do better? You know what? the game's on right now. I didn't see the first pitch, so I don't know how Fauci did, but what's wild is the star player from one of the teams today this morning tested positive for COVID, and he had to get pulled out of the game. But he's been practicing with all these guys all week, so they probably all have it. And then Fauci was put in that situation to throw out the first pitch today. So
it's ridiculous. It's a joke. And nobody's sick. Nobody has any symptoms though. Everybody's sick.
That's not necessarily true. There's people that have gotten sick. You can't say nobody. People have.
No, I'm saying like on the team.
Well, that's what's wild. A lot of people. The thing that I don't understand is
that's what I'm saying. They're changing the definition of sick.
Yeah, exactly. Well, also with they keeps using this word like asymptomatic, and it just means like you didn't get it that bad. Like you still have it. Like you're asymptomatic, you're still sick. Just because you don't have as severe symptoms doesn't mean you're not sick. So you're right. They are changing the definition of being sick. But back to to Trump here. I think you're right. I think he's gonna take like some lessons and just try to. Depending on how Fauci did tonight, he's gonna want to throw a better pitch than him for sure.
I mean, the thing about Trump is like you can lie and you can kind of word your way around things and be a bullshit artist. You can't bullshit a first pitch. I mean, he could take some crazy angle on it. The fucking ball was weighted, or
they wanted me to look bad, so they weighted the ball.
Yeah.
Well, it's also you can tell a lot about a guy about how he throws a baseball, or a football. Just that one motion, because you see some guys that you hand them and they don't even know what to do with it. So it'll be interesting. I think that he has thrown a baseball before, so I don't think he'll look silly. But I also would have expected 50 Cent to be able to throw a baseball, and that was the worst pitch I've ever seen when he threw out that Mets first pitch.
The athletic ability is always like if you ever see somebody try to shoot a basketball or try to use a basketball, it's just it's so telling on so many levels.
Yeah, it is. It's like, oh, you never went outside as a kid. Okay, I get it now. I get it now.
Exactly.
So staying in politics here for a second. I don't know if you saw this, but Hulu was it Hulu or Amazon? Now I gotta look it up. God damn it! I think it was Hulu. They're getting a green light for a new show. And it's going to be called Rodham for Hillary Rodham Clinton. And
oh God.
It's an alternate history series where she doesn't marry Bill Clinton. And I don't know who asked for this show.
But
I don't know.
Still murders everybody.
The Clinton kill list is still alive and well.
It's just called the Rodham killers.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Jesus Christ!
Again, who wants this? Who asked for this? I know. Apparently,
who is out here.
Apparently, it was a book. Like someone wrote a book because they were that fascinated with this woman. And I mean, sure, if you're a big fan of hers, I guess I don't know why you would be. She seems like a pretty shitty and boring person. And I don't understand why this is going to be a show. I don't understand who's going to watch it. And I obviously it's like we were talking about this. We were talking about this last episode about the propaganda. Does it get any more propaganda? They're gonna just make stuff up about her life.
Yeah.
Here's an alternate life where she's a better person, and then
is it like against the law? Like you can't put your parents in a home if they're a politician? Like I don't get it. These people are so old, dude. They are just so old. Go home. They should be on a fucking staring into the distance, just waiting for fucking death to come up. It's fucking, this shit is bizarre, dude.
Well, I also don't understand. I've been watching these clips of Joe Biden where he just doesn't even know where he is. He said
Yes.
the other day they had like a town hall thing on Twitter, and his wife introduced him, and he said, this is quote unquote what he said was, "I'm Joe Biden, Joe Biden's husband." It's like, what are you talking about? I swear to God, that's what he said. So, because you're supposed to say whatever his wife's name's husband, but he just said Joe Biden again. So, I mean,
yeah, and he called his wife his sister, or his sister his wife back in the day. These people should be in a CVS fighting over batteries, dude. Not over national policy, dude.
They should be in one of those homes where everybody's getting herpes, because they're all sharing each other, women sharing. That's insane. Crazy.
The last fucking Jello cup. I don't know, dude. This is just nuts, dude.
Yeah. Instead, those people are making major decisions that'll affect your day-to-day life.
Yeah.
So
they'll be dead, and we'll be adhering to their policies, which is that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing for me when I look at like who I'm going to vote for and stuff. Like in the past, when John McCain ran, it was like that guy's like 80 something. He's not going to make it through the office. I don't think
didn't
he die? He would have made it because he died while Trump was in office, but not that much further after Obama got out.
Go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
John McCain, dude, that guy's a fucking piece of shit too.
Actually, I read a book. It's called Flyboys, and it's about these fighter pilots or whatever during World War II. But it's interesting that he was a POW and just got like tortured, like the toll that takes on your mind. And then he ran for president like 50 years later. Like
he also crashed. I think he crashed a helicopter and almost burnt down a destroyer. And,
did he really?
Yeah, his daddy, Admiral McCain, covered for him.
I mean, that happens just about everywhere. If you look at like every president, that's what happens. They have the influence and the money. It's not surprising.
It's okay. I was fucking burnt down $1 billion ship, and nothing happens. Yeah, the destroyer was involved with a collision with a tanker ship. Blah blah blah.
How did he survive that?
Hold on, I gotta look up the details of it. This isn't what I was looking for. There's this guy. I encourage everybody to go look at this dude, Ryan Dawson. He's not. I wouldn't say he's a conspiracy nut, but he knows. Like, he's been following Epstein for 13 years, dude. Like, long time. And he's kind of set me straight on the Wayfair and shit like this.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching him, and he was just like, don't believe this shit. He goes, we got him. He's like, they got Ghislaine. They had Epstein. He's like, this is the fucking shit they do so they can discredit everything else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's like, they put this shit in the news so they can be like, oh, that's false. It's all conspiracy. When really, not like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, have you seen this dude, Geraldo? This guy, Geraldo's out of his mind, dude.
Geraldo Rivera?
Yeah, just defending Ghislaine Maxwell. It's nuts. It is. It's insane.
You know what?
Like,
really?
This case is wobbly at best. This judge is chicking it out. This chick needs to be on bail. This is verbatim, dude.
I mean, he's been a joke for a long time. I think he's like a punching bag at this point for jokes and whatnot. But what really threw me for a loop today was seeing that picture of Ernest and Epstein. Man, that one got me deep. My boy Ernie.
Yeah.
Going down with the ship here. Is he dead? He's got to be dead, right? Ernest from Ernest Goes to Jail and Ernest Goes to Camp. That guy's dead, right?
Didn't Ernest actually go to jail?
Yeah, that was one of the ones. Just Ernest Goes to Jail ... for molesting children. That was the synopsis of the movie.
Like the actual, what's his name?
Like the actor?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he actually went to jail, dude.
Let's find out. God, who like greenlit for this movie to happen? Like who paid? His name's Jim Varney, which I should have known. I knew that guy's name. Yeah, he is dead. He died a while ago, the year 2000. So he's been dead for a while. Let's see.
Second thing on Google that comes up is Epstein. That fucking shit is not for real. Is that picture for real?
No, it can't be. It's got to be photoshopped. Maybe. Who knows? It says under his death, it says Varney was a longtime chain smoker. During the filming of Treehouse Hostage in 1998, he developed a cough. First, he presumed it to be a cold because of the climate change. However, as it became worse, he started noticing blood on his handkerchief. This sounds like a movie,
Yeah, right? Ernest gets cancer.
And guess what? He did. He was diagnosed with lung cancer, and he died about 2 months after that. So R.I.P. to the real one, Ernest. I wonder how many of those Ernest movies there were. We got, man, there's a shitload. Holy shit. So the
Okay,
first one was
no legal troubles for Ernest.
yeah, that's what I was saying for Jim
But
Varney.
who knows if the left gets a hold of it? We'll be purifying him too.
Yeah,
He was probably a racist too. Who knows?
definitely a racist. But the first movie was Ernest Goes to Camp, and then Ernest Saves Christmas, and then Ernest Goes to Jail. So I don't know what happened in between Christmas and damn, these came out quick too. 87 was Ernest Goes to Camp. 88 Ernest Saves Christmas. 1990 Ernest Goes to Jail. 91 Ernest Scared Stupid, which I don't know what's going on there. 92 Ernest Greatest Hits Volume 2. There wasn't a Volume 1, so I don't know how that happened. 93 Ernest Rides Again. 94 Ernest Goes to School. He's doing things in the wrong order here.
Yeah.
This is hard to believe. In 1997, the last Ernest movie. Oh no, there was one other after this. In 1997, Ernest Goes to Africa.
Yeah, I see that.
And the picture of the movie poster is racist in itself. I don't know how, but it doesn't look great. And
I gotta see what this one's about, dude.
And then the last one was Ernest in the Army. So how many is that? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 11 Ernest movies.
In this film, Deacon County, Ohio resident Ernest unknowingly comes into possession of some stolen jewels and is kidnapped and brought to Africa, where he must rescue the woman he loves.
Well, nothing gets between Ernest and his woman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's saved Christmas for her. He's gone to jail. He did some weird thing with going back to school. He was in a pumpkin in one of them. So shout out to my boy Ernie, R.I.P. Jim Varney. Speaking of things that are racist and getting canceled, do you see this whole Trader Joe's thing?
I seen it like pop up in like the autocomplete, and I was like, I can't even I can't even.
So with those kind of things, like the Aunt Jemima,
is Joe trading people?
He's trading children. That's how he got canceled. Trader Joe was on that flight with Epstein.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, what's interesting is that I mean, with Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben, I didn't really see the problem with that. It's just like an advertise. I guess them being black is racist. I guess especially the Uncle Ben. I don't know. I'm not black, so I didn't. I don't know how people feel about it. I'm not sure if it is offensive.
I feel like there needs to be like a black commission on this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Get
exactly.
A bunch of black people
okay?
Let them vote
okay?
on it. Dude. Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's the other problem is all these white people are making decisions for the.
I mean, they do
racist
that,
or not.
They do that with the Native Americans.
Yeah.
They ask you to use the Seminoles and shit. Like, yo, is this cool or not? Like, do the same fucking thing, dude.
Well, the Trader Joe. So with Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben, whatever defense people take up, I didn't see a problem with it. So I looked at this Trader Joe's thing. Yeah, it's problematic, and that's saying a lot because what it was. So they have little Trader Joe. He's like a little guy, and he's on like the packaging of the food. And if you're getting like lo mein, it's like him in like a Komodo with the fucking hat, and his eyes are all slanted. And if he's there's one where it's like taco shells, and he's in like a row, like the Speedy Gonzalez like poncho and a sombrero, like, and he's shaking maracas or whatever they're called, and it's a little bit of a problem, I think. That it's just unnecessary, like it's a little unnecessary.
So what are they saying? It's cultural appropriation?
No, I think they're just saying it's racist because, and I could definitely see it with the Oriental one. I don't even know if you can say Oriental. Is that racist? Hope not. Sorry if it is. Yeah. But yeah, dude, he has no eyes. It's just.
So all right, what would you think, Remember Miss Kim from Mad TV?
Oh boy, that could never be on TV again. Mad TV could never be on TV again.
Which is ironic because obviously, my wife's Thai. I show her that, thinks it's hilarious, dude.
Yeah.
Like, well, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what the fuck?
But that's like that with every culture. You can listen to a black comedian tell jokes about white people. It doesn't offend me, but there's white people that take offense to that. Same thing, vice versa. White people telling jokes about black people. Some black people take offense. Some people think it's fine. So judging it off one Thai woman is not really the getting the majority vote there. But I see what you're saying. I don't think it's that bad because I think anything with comedy should be fine. As long as it's not like being physically threatening somebody or putting someone in danger. I think it's fine. But But what's funny to me is that you have all these people that decided like one day, like Uncle Ben and Aunt Jemima have been there for years. You know, it's almost like worse to admit that there's a problem. You know, like you're admitting that, oh yeah, for 50 years we've been racist. You know, but we're not anymore. We're not racist anymore. Sorry about that. So I don't know. I think it's all the way you interpret it too. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what else gets canceled. I'm sure that there's going to be stuff coming out every day that's getting taken off the shelves. So
I told you I started watching that Tim Dillon dude, and he had a good idea. He's like, he's talking about like with all these woke people and shit. They're like, we want to take down fucking monuments, blah blah blah. He's like, just go over the top with him. He's like, fuck that. Let's just nuke DC. Like just match everything they're saying and just bring it to the ultimate level, dude.
Take it to 100. Yeah.
yeah.
And be somewhere in the middle.
How ridiculous they are. Yeah. Let's just murder them, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was thinking about like that concept though, like with like Palestine and in Israel or whatever. This will probably get us taken off YouTube. But like yeah.
So
like,
maybe you shouldn't say it then.
Yeah. All right.
Maybe you shouldn't say it then.
That's what that Ryan Dawson was saying. He's like, if you mention anything about Israel, you get taken off YouTube quick
right away. Yeah. So that's kind of like where I would say our like the range of where we're gonna go to on that is just if it's gonna get us banned or taken offline, we won't say it. So
I think in the future we will do like a
Patreon. We'll do a Patreon and we'll get super racist on that one. So
we'll do an unself-censored one on brand new to or Patreon.
Yeah. So I got a story to share. So when I was getting all this equipment for the podcast, right, one of the places I went to was Staples, and I think it was to get the microphone, and I had to use the bathroom, so I go in there to take a pee, right, and I go into the bathroom, and when I'm done, I'm walking out, and in the trash can in the Staples, right, there's like this isn't like a nice neighborhood, there's not a lot of people in the Staples. I look in the trash can, and there's just there's a full pair of black Hanes underwear full of shit. Right?
You know what happened, right?
No, wait. So there's three things that I think could have happened, right? So number one is some guy shit his pants while he was driving and was like, where can I go where no one's going to stop me on the way in? And there's not going to be anyone there to like smell this. So he's like, he sees a Staples. He's like, bingo, that place is always empty. Yeah. Runs in there, takes the underwear off, throws it in the trash can. That's option one. Option two is someone like went to the bathroom, like into the bathroom, realized it was in their pants and didn't realize they shit themselves. So they're like old or something.
Was it what kind of shit are we talking? A lot of shit?
Oh, it was gross. It was gross. It smelled terrible. And then it tasted weird too. But so, option number three is it's an employee that just got like tied up with a customer, which I can't see happening at Staples. But that's the other problem is if that's the case, then there's an employee running around with no drawers in Staples, dirty motherfucker throwing his like, come on, man, it's got throwing it in the trash can. At least let someone know, to go clean it up, so I don't have to deal with it. I'm not the one that shit my pants. I shouldn't have to smell that.
I think you got it all wrong, bro. I think somebody went in there and they forgot to hit the easy button, bro. No?
Yeah, I did it the hard way. Yeah. Is that Staples? It's got to be, right? The easy button. Oh, is there Staples? Or
that'd be a good skate. You're like, oh, I'm trying to hold your shit, dude, and you just walk in.
Hey, maybe he did hit the easy button and just pulled it out for him. It's like, they're like, we got a place for that. We got this. Yeah. Who knows? Oh boy, but yeah, that was interesting. Thing that happened with the other thing that's crazy to me is you're still gonna have shit all over you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it was gross. It was a disaster. We're talking about like a scale of 1 to 10. It's like a 9.5 on how wet those drawers were. So what?
I'm not gonna lie. I've been doing the carnivore diet. I've been having some close calls.
Yeah.
Yes. So some would even say it was called.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I did watch Rogan where he talked about the first like couple weeks with that. It's like almost like a
Yeah,
disaster. Like
it is.
you're
It's
really
very,
flirting with some dangerous territory there.
yeah. But
What? So you've been just meat and water? That's it? Just protein and
yeah,
water,
I'll
basically.
do like steak, eggs, and then like celery and shit, and that's about it, dude. I try not to do the carbs and shit, but I'm not gonna say I'm 100% perfect, but I try the majority of it. I try just for meals. I just eat steak, which is great.
Yeah. Also expensive, but not necessarily. You could probably find.
But it's really
Um,
you think it's expensive, and then you're like, oh shit, when I'm not eating all these other fucking carbs and the other bullshit you eat in between meals, you're
yeah,
like,
it's a
it's
little
really
bit
not that
cheaper.
expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I got this is gonna sound crazy, but right when coronavirus hit, right, I was driving, and all of a sudden I see the mall was closed out here, and then the mall parking lot is this huge semi truck and a big sign. It says, uh, 30 ribeyes for $20.
Bro, I've been asking what's up with that. I want somebody else to try it so I don't,
Oh, I
get E.
did.
coli first.
No, I did. I don't have well, as far as I know, I don't have E. coli, but it was
So it's
good.
some good steak or what? Because they
It's some
got
good.
one in Denver.
Yeah, it's some good steak. It's like, and it's a good company. I looked into it. It's like Better Beef. No free ads, actually. Take that away. I don't remember what it was called. But they're small. They're not huge, but they're solid, man. They're good. I haven't even gone through them yet because I have a bunch of other like steak and stuff that we do for different meals. But it's easy to cook. It's
How big's the fillet? Where's it at?
like probably like that. It's not thick either. It's pretty thin. But I mean, it'd be like if you went to like Chili's and got like a 6-ounce sirloin. That's pretty much what it is, and they're good quality
So
steak. They taste good.
what are you cooking? You cooking two per meal? You cooking one per
Oh
meal?
no, for me, I was cooking like four.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
So, which is
okay.
like the equivalent of like like maybe like
Yeah, 'cause what is it?
15
20, yeah,
to
20
20
steaks.
pat, yeah, 20 ounce, 30 for $20. So that's what I'm saying. I haven't
30.
gone. That was like four
Yeah,
months ago, and I still have like 5 or 10 left. So
yeah, I'm
because
not going to
there's
Denver.
also like there's also a solid produce place right by me where you get like best quality meat I've ever had in my life. No, pause.
Yeah.
But
Self-censorship.
yeah. Anyways, so
Oh, I was gonna ask you something. Fuck, I forgot what I was. Lost my train of thought. I gotta start using a pen and write
yeah,
shit
I
down.
got a little notebook, but there's a lot of stuff on here where I write it down. I'm like, that's a terrible thing. Oh, I did want to talk about this one thing. What are you watching on TV right now?
Oh,
Get
nothing,
out of
dude. I
here after
watched
this.
that. I watched that show Afterlife, and that's the only thing that caught my eye. Besides that, dude, I've just been diving down, the
The,
YouTube wormhole.
yeah. Well, so I'm watching the show, right? And it's called The 100, and it's like on TV right now. It's on like the CW or something. It's a terrible show, but it's in its like seventh or eighth season. And it's about to end, and I keep hearing like good things about like the reviews of it, right? So I'm like, fuck it, I'll give it a try, right? And I can't stop watching it. I hate it, and I can't stop watching it. It's like every episode someone dies, right? It's like an apocalypse themed show, and they end on a cliffhanger every single episode, and it's one of those shows that's on CW, so there's like built-in commercial breaks every 10 minutes. It's so aggravating.
Kill
They're
me.
hour-long episodes that are 37 minutes, right? But the problem is that it's like a good story, and it keeps you interested enough to like watch the next one.
So wait, this is on regular cable,
It's on Netflix. It's on Netflix. It's called The 100. It's on the
but there's
no. See, that's what I was gonna say. It's on the CW. I don't fuck with any shows on ABC, Fox, because
no,
there's
that's such
no.
a joke.
I know there's no
Also bad.
cursing, there's no nudity, there's no violence, which are like the only three things I really like anyway. And it's unrealistic at the end of the world where they can't say fuck, or shit, which is like kind of annoying. But
Yeah, it's
I'm
so
telling you,
corny.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you though, this show, it's so bad. I don't know if it's the best bad show I've ever seen or the worst good show. It's somewhere in there. I don't know. I can't stop watching it, so I would recommend it for anybody listening on there.
Yeah. Do you ever watch like come across some of these late night shows? Like I used to be into them, and now I just look at them and I'm like, what the fuck
Yeah,
is
it's
this?
not. Oh, they're terrible.
They're
I think
so
that
bad. Who's
I think
watching
there's
this
a
shit?
well, I think there's a drop off too because back in the day there wasn't as much access to all these celebrities. So you're like, oh, holy shit, this person is on the Tonight Show. I want to
Yeah,
see what this person's like. But
yeah.
now with social media, you see them. You want to know Will
And
Smith's
then,
like? You can just go to his Instagram. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's a
then you
little
kind of
bit
realize
different.
they're not
Well,
interesting at all.
yeah,
Like,
exactly. These are just normal, boring ass people.
yeah, dude. Yeah,
So
it's all hype. It's all hype.
that was the other thing I was going to tell you about that show, The 100, is it starts with like these. They're all the cast is all like children, And then like by season 3 and 4, they're like not children anymore. So now they're like sexualizing them, like they're banging each other and all these things are happening. And it feels weird because it's like I was introduced to this character. They're like 12 years old.
Wait,
you know what I mean? Yeah. So the first
Jesus
season.
Christ.
What?
You said they're like sexualizing children in the show.
See, you got to listen. You got to listen. I know it's a big problem for you. You got to listen to what I'm saying.
Sorry.
The first season.
Hey, you're up. 4-1. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's in a rain delay. The first season, they get dropped from a spaceship onto Earth. It's like after the world ends, and they're all like dropped down to see if Earth is safe, like radiation levels, and they're like teenagers, like 12, 13-year-olds. But now it's in like its 6th, 7th season. They're like adults now, and now they're banging each other. They were banging each other at 12, but it's just weird because when you start watching the show, they're like these kids.
I wouldn't put it past Hollywood at this point.
Well, that's what they do behind the scenes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Exactly. I thought you were about to give me some fucking, some weird futuristic Blue Lagoon, dude. Like, what's going on?
No. Hey, so one thing I did, speaking of conspiracy, we'll get into that a little bit, I guess. One thing I did see that kind of fucked me up was, do you know the story about the girl that was in Poltergeist and how she died?
I mean, I haven't dove into it to see give my opinion on it, but I heard like Spielberg like killed the chick basically.
Okay, yeah, that's not what happened. But so she, again, if I'm missing a little detail here or there, just let me know. Again, this isn't verbatim what happened, but something happened where she was going in front of some agents to do like some like performance for a role, and they did it in the sound studio where they do Jeopardy every night. And something happened weird. There was alcohol involved. They took her into a back room. Again, she was like a 10-year-old girl, right? They took her into a back room and raped her, and they prolapsed her anus so badly that she like died from it. That's a real story. That's not misinformation.
That's real. That actually happened.
That actually
Who raped
happened.
her?
Some TV executive that
They never went to jail?
I don't know. I don't know about all the details to it. Like I said, I just read this the other day, but it's also interesting. Like all of the people that were like in that movie, like died in really mysterious circumstances.
Caroline Freeling.
No, that's not her. Her name was Heather O'Rourke. That was the girl's name.
Oh, Mickey Rourke's kid?
No, she had congenital stenosis of the intestine, complicated by septic shock.
So she got like a huge infection immediately, basically.
Yeah. And obviously, if you go on Wikipedia, that's not what pops up is how she died. They just said that somehow she got the congenital bowel narrowing.
Who all died in Poltergeist? Did Heather die during filming?
Oh yeah. No, there was a bunch of people that died from that movie. There was a lot of like weird shit that happened.
Well, let's look it up. God damn it! Gonna make me get on this fucking hole.
Yeah. Next time we'll do a little bit more research for before we get on here, so we know exactly.
Yeah, they just keep saying that was successfully airlifted. Yeah, they just keep saying how she died, but not like, how she died.
Yeah, I don't remember where I saw that exactly, but that is the story. But it was at type in Heather O'Rourke, Jeopardy studio.
I'm just gonna type in Heather O'Rourke raped. See what comes up.
No dead air here. But yeah, the first thing that pops up on YouTube is Poltergeist star Heather O'Rourke killed by Hollywood elites. So maybe this is a conspiracy theory. Oh, maybe not. The entertainment lawyer. Oh, what the hell just happened? The entertainment lawyer.
Chapter 14.
Heather O'Rourke said she was
the death
killed
of
by
Heather O'Rourke's satanic demise.
CDA and NT say Heather O'Rourke was raped to death. So
I don't know why that sentence sounds funny, but
it's definitely not funny.
It's not at all.
I promise you that. So R.I.P. to Heather O'Rourke. Hopefully that's not true. Hopefully that's just some internet bullshit.
This first conspiracy website pops up. Chapter 14, the death of Heather O'Rourke, satanic demise of Hollywood's children. The first sentence, my evil brother John, who is deep state, who is deep state CIA Satanist. is twinned with Satanist Michael Aquino.
Well,
That's the first sentence.
hopefully it doesn't run in the family. You know what I
This
mean?
guy knocked out deep state Satanist. There's an evil twin, and it's his brother. First sentence.
I respect that because he's letting you know everything he's about right away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is
If
what
this
I'm about.
doesn't, yeah.
If this doesn't turn you away, then you're here for why you're here. You know.
Yeah.
So
Sold. Okay.
also, I kind of like mentioned it earlier that we got like a back and forth email. I got back and forth with a guy that was talking shit on Twitter, and so I told you that.
Oh yeah.
I clicked on his profile because I was like, because he eventually blocked me at the end of all this. But I clicked on his profile, like, what the fuck is this guy's deal? Like, I didn't do anything. All I did was post the podcast, and he just started. He called me a homophobic slur. I'm a heterosexual.
Oh, I thought he was gonna call you racist. I was like, I told you.
No, not yet. That hasn't happened yet. Somebody
fucking told you.
That's the listener's homework assignment. Someone called me racist. So let's get that over with. You know,
get it out of the way. Apologize.
So he called me a homophobic slur and then eventually blocked me. But I clicked on, like, what's this guy's deal, right? So his most recent tweet, I can block his thing. His most recent tweet, right, is this is what it says. You ready? At Michael Rappaport, how much cock do you suck on a daily basis? You're a coward. You will never reply to me because you suck cock and are a coward. So I guess this guy is just a lunatic.
This guy's the arbiter of morals, dude. Like,
he gets to choose what's right and wrong.
You're so homophobic, I should be able to murder you. Like, what, dude? Okay. It's the most insane fucking logic you've ever seen in your life, dude.
I love that he asked, maybe he's just really curious. He's like, hey, Mike Rapport, how much cock do you suck on a daily basis?
Yeah.
What? Do you think he's going to respond to that? You think he's going to be like, well, it depends on the day of the week and how I'm feeling and how much I ate that morning? You know, like, what?
Who does that impression? Fucking Will Sasso of fucking Rappaport, dude? Oh my God. That shit.
Yeah.
You motherfuckers.
Hey, that's not bad. That's not bad. It's not good either, but it's not bad.
No, yeah. Well, there's what's that one? There's like a line that he says all the time, dude. And I can't think of it. That dude Will Sasso kept repeating it. It was cracking me up.
Michael Rappaport's a weird guy, man.
What does he call Donald Trump? Fucking Donnie something, dude.
I know that he calls Kristaps Porzingis. He calls him Latvian gangbanger. So
Whoa,
I don't know. That's
a
like
Latvian gangbanger?
Yeah, exactly. No, not Latvian, Latvian.
Latvian?
Yeah, so he has the wrong thing on. Yeah.
Let me see this motherfucker, dude. Let's see if I can find out what this fucker.
He looks like his face is falling off. Like he's got like, I don't know, like it's made out of pudding and it's just starting to melt in because he's one of those wax creations and he was out in the sun for too long or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't even know what he looks like, dude. He is is he married? Does he have a wife and kids? Or?
Oh no, I think he did, and he like beat her. I think there's like a big thing about him. He like beat her up and like put her in a bathtub or something weird. Yeah, there's definitely something about that on there. Here I go again, just saying that. Yeah, that's definitely on there. I have no idea. I think I read it one time to be clear.
I don't know. I'll have to find it later. But that Sasso impression wasn't great. Yeah, Rappaport's insane, dude. He's certifiably insane.
Yeah, I think
I like him, but I hate him too.
Yeah, I was gonna say sometimes he's funny, but like he hangs out with all these like celebrities that are like way more famous than him.
He's just always like, you know.
Well, it's crazy because a lot of them like him and are friends with him, and then there's like some that just absolutely don't fuck with him and hate him. So he definitely has to like burn bridges. You know, it's not an act, is what I mean. Like he's definitely seems like he might just be.
He's genuinely like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Like whether you're like his best friend or you're someone that it cuts him in line at 7-Eleven, he's gonna.
Didn't Portnoy fire him or something too?
Yeah, because he called all the. He got hired by Barstool and then he called all the Stoolies fucking losers. He's like, you guys are fucking losers, calling yourself Stoolies. And then he went on like a whole thing and they tried to sue him.
That is kind of fucking dumb a little bit.
And then he had like this picture where he looked like he had herpes on his lip. He might have actually had herpes. And they made it into like a shirt and then he sued him. It was There's a lot going
Oh
on there.
my
Yeah.
God.
All right.
Dude, Portnoy was on the Bill Burr
Yeah,
podcast.
Bill. I saw that. I haven't listened to it yet.
I thought
but
that was weird. I was like, that's a weird mashup.
He's not really usually a guest, Portnoy. He's usually the one hosting people. He's usually the people come talk to him, whether it's doing the pizza reviews or the rundown or different shows on Barstool. So interesting to see. I mean, the other thing is there's not a lot of fucking shit going on right now. There's no movies coming out that people want to promote. You know what I mean? So people aren't making the rounds like they usually would be. So
there's people watching us, which is
bizarre. Again, thank you to everybody who's watched so far, and thank you to everybody that listens on iTunes and Spotify or wherever you find your podcast. We really do appreciate it.
Email
let's wrap
us.
it up. Yeah, let's wrap it up. So email is podcastscam@gmail.com. The Twitter page is scam_podcast, @scam_podcast. My name's Josh. That's Malcolm. And if you look for us on YouTube, if you're listening to the audio and want to watch the YouTube, it is Scam Space Podcast on YouTube. And thanks again for listening. We are going to start touching up the video and doing some interesting things. We're going to do some screen sharing. We're going to get into all that. We're just getting the basics and just banking some episodes right now just so we can give you guys content. But we're gonna work on improving it, making it look better and making it a little bit better of an experience. But just so stick with us and it'll get better as it goes. And again, we're learning, and we would love to talk about whatever you guys find interesting. So let us know. We want our listeners to be happy. That's actually probably the most important thing. We might find shit interesting, but then you guys might not. So
And if there's a topic that you want us to research or find out about, and you want us to do the legwork, send it to us. We'll
absolutely. Or vice versa. If you heard something about us and you want to hear more, there's a lot of stuff we could talk about that we were just kind of holding back right now. So we'll get into all the deep stuff later on. But right now we're just going to keep it with, I guess, topical stuff and just our takes on it, and then we'll go from there. And then we'll start
slowly building a cult.
Exactly. Yeah.
We're not going to ask for you to share your wife yet.
Not yet. Or drink the Kool-Aid, so we'll see how it goes. But thanks again for listening, and we'll see you guys. So this one will come out on Friday. We'll see you again on Monday, and then following Friday. That'll be the routine, Mondays and Fridays. So we'll see you guys then. Thanks for listening. See you.